check out our new sponsor, the Health Blaze. All the information is in the description. Use the promo code above. Goodfella1 Boxing at 18% off of all their natural products from deodorant, pomade, toothpaste, and much, much more. And they have additional discounts on their website as well. That's thehealthblaze.com. Starting December 20th. That promo code is good for 18% off. We go. What's going on? We back. Goodfella Sports TV. We in the building. And like I said before, Danny Garcia could have fought Terence Crawford this past Saturday, April 20th. But he don't want no smoke. Let me address this real quick, fast, in a hurry. How we do. Danny Garcia cannot fuck with Terence Crawford, okay? Danny Garcia don't want no smoke with Terence Crawford. Won't. He named Earl Spence. He named Keith Thurman. He named Sean Porter. He named all these other possible opponents. But you know what? It's a cuss word to say Terence Crawford name on PBC. You got to put $1 in the swear jar when you say the cuss word Terence Bud Crawford. And once again, we back. Goodfella Sports TV, dropping that real-ish, man. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, bell icon button. Won't miss another video. Share the video is the best way you can donate, okay? And they don't want that, man. Terence Crawford will beat the shit out of Danny Garcia. That's the worst possible matchup with Keith Thurman. Those fleet of foot fighters, lateral in and out movement with the perpetual movement, like Kurt Trigger say, will bother Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia is the Joe Joyce of the fucking 147-pound division. He too slow. He gonna always look good versus guys that come forward and want to be aggressive like Adrian Granados, or who are lesser in the athletic compartment, or lesser and just in the full boxing compartment. You know what? He ain't hungry. At the end of the day, they'll sit there and they'll do these interviews like he did with Vilified Media, trying to undercut Terence Crawford, saying he ain't this, Canelo better than him. You see Gervonta Tank Davis saying, you see all these dudes on PBC trying to undercut him and put a Mexican on the pedestal above a brother that they know better than Canelo, and they never cheated the game and pretty much came up clean, knock on wood. You never know these days. And every drug test he did, never needed a questionable decision, never needed to bank on the judges. He just left his judges up to his left and his right hand and let his hands do the talking. But you know what? That's what they do in PBC. They sit over there. His daddy called him a nappy-headed nigga and all that. They know if you put that bull in there with this poodle and this mutt, Danny Garcia, that he know what's going to happen. He going to retire Danny Garcia. He going to make Danny Garcia lose the will to want to fight, which is already there. Just need a little bit more, a little bit of push to kick him out the game. You know what I'm saying? And Bud want all the smoke. He'll beat the shit out of Danny Garcia. And I heard what Bob Arum said. Danny ain't this a good fighter, or whatever the situation may be. He said, you know, at the end of the day, when that old fart is got out the game, I think it'll be better. I know Todd DeBuff is probably gonna pick up. I don't know how he'll swing, how it swings with him, with how Top Rank could go. I'm letting you know this right now. Danny Garcia get the shit beat out of him. His daddy get fucked up too. He keep calling motherfuckers niggas too, and I know Bud ain't gonna play that shit. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, this kitten, this rat, this mutt, Danny Garcia, get his ass whooped. That's why he don't want to fight Terence Crawford. You know what? He like his chances versus Earl Spence too. You know why he like his chances versus Earl Spence even more? It's because Earl Spence come forward. He ain't as fast as Bud, but he come forward and he give you what you looking for, right in the wheelhouse. And that's what Danny want. Danny love fighters that come forward and don't have no head movement, and that he can counter and try to hit. And Danny can punch. Let's not get it twisted. But you know what? You can't hit what you can't see. He'll be able to score on Errol Spence. My whole question is, will he be able to take the aggression and just the whole full head of steam of Errol Spence? But I think that'll be a formidable fight, Danny versus Errol Spence, because Errol Spence plays into Danny's hand if he chooses to be aggressive. Now, if Errol Spence chooses to box and stay on the outside and use his long jab and put it in Danny's face and use the ring, then he can make it easy on himself. But Earl Spence has got to be in the business of impressing. And naturally, he ain't a flamboyant boxer. He get the job done, and he does it better than, you know, almost anybody besides probably like a Keith Thurman or a Terence Crawford. But it don't need to look good as long as you get the job done. And he probably could outbox Danny from the outside. Faster guy, better jab. I think he'll be able to put his hands up and stay out the way of that counter left hook. But like I said before, Earl does square, make some mistakes, but that'll be a formidable matchup. Danny Garcia has a by far better chance of beating Earl Spence than he do versus Keith Thurman and Terence Crawford. And like I said, it's a style thing. It ain't hating. It's style. Styles make matchups. You know what I'm saying? Keith Thurman and Terence Crawford has just got too much lateral and in and out movement for Danny Garcia. Those are bad matchups. And Keith Thurman Keith Thurman is probably a better matchup than Terence for one reason, is because Keith Thurman don't have no more killer in him. So Keith Thurman get up, put rounds in the bank, and Keith Thurman is historically a front runner. He looked good in the first half of the fight, strong, then he jogs on the back end. Terence Crawford might jog on the front end a little bit, but once he figure you out, he finished strong. He finished through the tape for my TNT NBA TNT fans. He finished through the tape. And with a guy finished through the tape and he looking to punish you, he mean, and he got that kind of that Chavez and that Duran kind of killer instinct, the Hagler killer instinct. Danny Garcia be toast. He'd be Puerto Rican, Philadelphia Puerto Rican oatmeal raisin toast. You know what I'm saying? And they know it. They know it. They sit around here and they bring up the amateurs, the good old days, like we having brews or we drinking Coronas, whatever the fuck them niggas drink at the bar, like it's 30, 40 years after his career or something like that. No, let's bring it up right now because you could have fought him Saturday. You made $1 million, probably made $2 million after the back end money. When you could have went over there, they offered you $3 million. You could have negotiated. You got the same $5 Amir Khan got, right? You could have been like, yeah, give me that $5 that y'all gave Amir Khan. I come over here. Then you could have opened up ESPN pay-per-view versus Terence Crawford. That was the first pay-per-view boxing card ESPN had ever done. You could have been a trivia question, and you could have got a lot of respect for crossing over the street. And you could have broke a barrier and broke the glass between Bob and Al Heyman to make these fights happen. But you know what? He coming off a loss, but he swear to God he won the fight. If you feel like you won the fight, Danny Garcia, conduct yourself like you won the fight and go right back into a world championship fight. It's just that this new era of thinking is, if I lost, I gotta take 2 or 3 tune-ups, then come back. But if you feel like you won, you ain't get knocked out or dropped. If you feel like you won, let's just go ahead, take the fight and see what happens. But at the end of the day, he knows Terence Crawford beat the shit out of him. After your daddy talked all that cash-ish, he know what's going to happen. Them Everlast gloves going to be upside his head. He know what, them dudes know what's up. That's why they scared to speak this dude's name. Sean Porter, after the Yugas fight, they said Terence Crawford, he got up his seat and started walking away because they know they can't mention that name on the network. You know what I'm saying? They know they can't mention his name. That's like saying Candyman, he appear. He the real boogeyman in Omaha, Nebraska. I don't care what none of them dudes say. Because at the end of the day, Danny Garcia and Earl Spence, according to Sean Porter, he knocked on Danny Garcia room. I think that was somewhere, his hotel room. He said, man, him and Earl Spence is in there chopping it up, having a good time. All these motherfuckers in cahoots. Budge is not a part of that because he on the wrong side of the street. But if you even Earl Spence standing on the right side of the street, he still ain't getting no play. He still ain't fighting them dudes. They all formed a coup. Well, not a coup. They all formed an unofficial allegiance. And Andre Berto said that on a fight hype interview a long time ago. They all, pretty much froze out Earl Spence to make him pay his dues. But the very same people froze you out. You gotta be looking at Al different. The very same people that froze you out, you chopping it up at fights with Keith Thurman. You chopping it up in the hotel room with Danny Garcia. He know what's up. They got this shit scripted when they want Earl Spence to do this. Whoever come out on top, when these fights gonna make, it's already scripted. They probably got a WWE writer writing this shit. They probably don't know 100% the outcome, but they always got it scripted. Okay, we want Earl to fight Sean here, then there. Watch, man, they just doing this shit on purpose, bro. And people need to call Premier Boxing Champion out on their bullshit. They'll have no intentions on putting their fighters in with Bud. And because they want to freeze them out. But the same thing that what Bob Arum would do. He'd freeze out Earl Spence in a heartbeat. So, like I said before, I'm not really turn the other cheek type of guy. Do on to others as they do on to you. So I ain't mad about the situation. But at the end of the day, I just want to see the best fights. And we know one thing for sure and two things for certain. Terence Crawford beat the shit out of him. This ain't going to be no Keith Thurman beat him up for 2 or 3 rounds or 5 or 6 rounds, then jog to the back end. No, this going to be a mean, take this boy behind the shed and beat his ass type of whooping. Angel know it, and Angel get his ass whooped too. Dropping that M-bomb, nappy hit a nigga. Nah, man, you get your ass whooped too. You know what I'm saying? And people want to treat Danny like a brother. He ain't no brother. His daddy said they European Puerto Rican. So no, don't say N-word. He said that around me. I smacked the shit out of Angel Garcia. I don't give a fuck what they say. But it is what it is, man. Goodfellas Sports TV. Don't forget we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out to the email if you got business questions, inquiry, sponsorship, video requests. All those links in the description. Don't forget to check out our sponsor, The Health Blaze, at thehealthblaze.com, baby. You find them website, promo code in the description. Goodfellow Unboxing. Get your 18% off their 100% all natural products. Check them out. They got everything. With the website, promo code in the description, I will be giving some free stuff away in video and live stream today. So let me know how you feel. Hit the subscribe button, bell icon button so you won't miss the video stream. Share the videos. Best way to donate. Goodfellow Sports TV. We gone.